to be loud. Okay, so here is the spiel. Now, the way that I make my weapons, I work from the core out, as well you should. The core is the body of the weapon, and if the core breaks, then the entire thing is just screwed. I almost said the F word, but he's videotaped. Like an a-hole. So what I use is different widths of fiberglass rods. So fiberglass rods, solid fiberglass rods. Here's why.
Holy crap.
It'll bend but not shatter.
I don't think I could break this if I tried.
Can we try?
I was.
No.
Oh, you were?
You didn't see the blood vessels?
Your face started getting red.
So these are insanely hard to break, as opposed to wood, PVC, fiberglass, or carbon fiber, graphite. A lot of people like to use. Some are better than others, but I prefer the fiberglass. It has a good weight to it as well, and like I said, it's got just enough bend to it to make sure that it helps with the shock absorption. And like I said, it won't break. I vary the width depending on what I'm making. The other core that I like to use is I like to use bamboo. Now, you have to be very, 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 very careful about bamboo. If you want to know about bamboo, email me. Don't use it unless you ask me about it. It's very technical, very difficult to work with. And if you don't do it right, you'll end up hurting someone. But if you do it right, it's a very rewarding core. Moving out from the core.
Where do you buy fiberglass?
I buy it from an online site called Goodwin's. They give you bulk discounts, or you can buy it by the piece, either way.
Okay.
There's a couple other places to get it, and it really depends on what width you need.
Okay.
It usually comes in 4-foot shafts.
Okay.
So working out from the core, I move into the foam. Now, really what makes the sword, or the hammer is the type of foam, kind of 50-50 with how you put the foam on. Now, I use a foam called 2-pound density cross-linked polyethylene. Now, I get that as well online in these huge, like, 8x5-foot sheets that take up like half my house. But I get it online from a place called the Foam Factory, and they're awesome. They do free shipping if you do a large enough order. And if you're really interested in doing this, definitely the best foam in the market. A lot of other people like to use something called Ozark Trails Camp Pad. That's probably the easiest one to get that's worthwhile. It's like a blue, open, kind of large cell, closed cell foam. I'll get to different types of foams in another video if he's posting this. Otherwise, you can email me.
Yeah.
So that's the foam. I use a couple of different foams. That's the main one that I use. There are certain other things that I use for different applications. For example, cross guards and hilts. I like to use karate mat, just basic. I believe that it is 8-pound karate mat. Pound shows density. So you can see that this foam is a lot stiffer and a lot hardier. And that's why I use it for the crossbow.
And also this one.
And also that one. And then for anything that I'm going to make with like a big pole arm, I usually put open cell foam or a hybrid foam on the top. It's like yoga mat or something like that. Now, I said something about the construction of the foam. The construction of the foam is more important than probably anything else. If you put ½ an inch of the best foam available on the front of the sword, you're still going to hurt people. If you put an inch of the worst kind of foam that you can get, probably not going to hurt somebody, but it's going to degrade. But as long as you have enough padding, it's usually okay. I like to do at least 1 inch on any striking surface from the core. ½ an inch on any non-striking surface, so like the sides of the swords, just because it's going to happen where somebody goes, blah. In addition, you have to pad the bottoms, because I can't tell you how many times I've gone like this and just railed a guy in the face. You'll notice that some of my weapons are cloth covered, some of them are plasti-dipped, or latex. You can see that it's kind of like a rubbery texture. You can paint on it. You can do all kinds of cool stuff with it. These tend to hit harder, but it's also a very rewarding thing to do. You can get really creative with it.